Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing. You know what's crazy? I think sometimes we forget that one, literally one, that's all it takes is one. But one very small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. Your whole fucking day. The crazier part is that one small negative thought in the morning can also change your whole day. Yeah. Literally within a split second. It could be the most positive thing quickly, like, oh, this, or oh, that, or God, this, or, and it's super positive, right? Now your whole day is going to be great. Or it could be the complete opposite. All it takes is one simple complaint. As soon as you open your eyes or start your day, walk out of the house, one simple complaint can change the trajectory of your whole day. It could be as simple as, damn, this isn't going right. Or you looking in the mirror being hard on yourself. You didn't do this. Or, oh, you're so ugly. One negative thought can ruin your whole fucking day. If you let it. If you let it. That's the key to this shit. If you let it. And I know sometimes you're going to have those days where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to let it. Those days happen, right? And then sometimes you find yourself like, I am not going to let this ruin my day. I am going to stop saying negative shit. Or I am going to stop doing this or stop doing that. And I am not going to let this ruin my day. And that's when you win. That's when you win. And until you understand that, you're going to deal with a lot of pain. Yeah. You're going to deal with a shitload of pain. And one thing that I would rather have is the type of pain that comes from discipline. That is a lot better than the type of pain that comes from regret. That type of pain hits a little bit harder. It can do wonders. Actually, that's the wrong word, not wonders. But it can do hella damage to your mental health, among many other things in your life. But trying to find that sweet spot is going to be a challenge. None of that, positive thought every morning shit is going to come easily. If that was the case, we'd all be happy-go-lucky motherfuckers, and life would be fucking boring. Because we'd all be the same. We'd all be going through the same happy-ass shit, right? Life would be fucking boring without challenges. It would be boring without sad days, without bad days, without rainy days. Life would fucking suck, right? Without, fuck everybody days, life would suck. Seriously. Life would suck. But the thing about those challenges is that every single challenge has something to teach you. And if you have not found what it's trying to teach you, if you haven't found those lessons, that means you need to keep looking. Keep looking until you find them. Because they're there. Some of us give up before we find the lesson in every challenge. Some of us place blame other places before we find the lesson. Hell, some people do crazy ass shit to themselves, to other people, ruin their whole fucking lives, just completely crash out before giving themselves enough time to find the lesson. With that being said, what a diddle dally do? It's your boy Cloudy Wingz. That's CLOUDYWINGZ. Go ahead and type that into Google for me. A lot of shit will pop up. But yeah, welcome to tonight's live stream. If you're new here, what it do? If you're not new here, I rock with you. You rock with me, I rock with you. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? But tonight, just like every night, I'm about to get real with y'all. This is a place where we have real ass conversations about all kinds of different shit. Lately, we've aimed at more so life, but we discuss everything. Everything. The state of the world, the ecosystem, tech, stocks, investments. We talk money. We talk everything. Relationships, kids. We talk everything. Traveling, tourist spots. Man, the list goes fucking on. We talk fucking everything. I'm not going to stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. But the best part about this everything is everything we mention is real. There's no facade shit going on. We having real life conversations. Now, some of you may disagree with me about certain things. That's perfectly fine. Our differences are what makes the world go round, so I'm not tripping. And some of you may agree with me wholeheartedly in every aspect. That's perfectly fine as well. Appreciate it. It's good to know that there's some people out there who see the world the same way I do. And if you don't, that's fine too. With that being said, this shit right here, what we're about to dive into tonight, obviously you read the title, it might have made you click on this, but what we're about to dive into tonight is about love, right? Not only just love, about connections. Not only just connections, but the kind of understanding that can either make or break any relationship. Any relationship. Now, I'm not just talking about, the surface level understanding, the kind where you smile at each other and everything seems rainbows and fucking cotton candy and fucking butt plugs. No. Okay. Yeah, not the kind where you smile at each other and everything seems fine. They're smiling. No, nah. We talking about that deep shit. We talking about real, raw understanding where you see your partner, you hear your partner, you feel your partner, and you get where they're coming from, no matter how different their world is from yours. We're going in tonight. We going way in. So let's kick this shit off, right? Because okay, before we kick this shit off, I do want to stress this that you know being proposed to, that's great. Getting pregnant, that's great. You know, having a wife, having a husband, living with your partner, all these things that society says is like, oh, that's yada yada yada, it's amazing, and that's great, right? It's good, that's pretty fucking awesome. But understanding your partner is the real flex. How many of y'all can say, I really and truly understand my partner? Please stand up, because you the GOAT. Salute to you. Okay. All right. I need y'all to really lock in for a second. Okay. Lock in, give me your undivided attention, because this might hit home for some of y'all. And some of y'all, this may only scratch the surface. And if it's about to just scratch the surface, you are about to learn some shit that you probably need to learn. And with that being said, you're never going to truly understand your partner if you don't understand that their reality is not the same as yours. And I know you might be thinking, oh, but we live together, we talk every day, we do everything together. Yeah, that's cool and all. That's what's up. Cool. Okay. But that doesn't mean that they experience life the same way you do. And I'm going to break that down for you. Because not only does it mean that they don't, it doesn't mean that they experience life the same way that you do. It also doesn't mean that they've experienced life the same way you have. So here's the thing. Every one of us is walking around with our own set of experiences, right? Our own history, our own belief systems, and our own nervous system that's been shaped by everything we've been through and everything that's happened to us. And that means that when it comes to understanding your partner, you're not just looking at them. You're looking at them through your own lens. The lens of your own experiences, your own wounds, your own way of seeing the world. So when y'all argue or when something feels off, don't just assume that they should see it the same way you do. Because trust me, they don't. That's why y'all arguing right now. That's why y'all arguing right now. They don't see it the way you do. Because we're all living in different worlds. And sometimes Just sometimes those worlds clash. So how about we take this? How about we take this shit to the next level? Let's take this shit to the next level. Imagine this. You're okay. You're sitting next to your partner on the couch, right? Actually, no, not on the couch. You're sitting next to your partner on the bed, and you're talking about something important. In your mind, it's a simple conversation, no big deal, right? But to them, it could feel completely different. What might feel like the regular casual request to you might feel like criticism to them. Or a small issue to you could feel like a deep wound being reopened for them. And being able to try to put yourself in someone else's shoes, or being able to try to see the world through somebody else's point of view, is a part of humility, but it's also a part of empathy. And no two people experience the same moment in the same way. Not unless they've been, not unless they've both taken the time to understand how the other person sees the world. Then maybe. When you get into the mindset of really, truly trying to understand how your partner experiences that moment, how they feel, how they see shit, you start to understand why they react the way they do. You look past the reaction and you try to understand why. Why are they always this way? Why are they always that way? Why when I do this do they react this way? Why when I say this do they react that way? But the crazy part is, it's never about being right. It's never about being right. It's about understanding each other. It's about understanding why you feel the way you do and understanding why I feel the way I do. Can you understand that? Can I understand that? That's what it's about. It's not about you're right, I'm wrong, you're right. Okay, let's agree to disagree. You feel that way because yada, yada, yada. I feel this way because yada, yada, yada. Cool. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. Most couples don't struggle because they don't love each other. Let me repeat that. Most couples don't struggle because they don't love each other. They struggle because they think their way of seeing the world is the only way. And I'm sure you know how it goes. One person feels unheard while the other person feels like, they're doing everything they can to be there. One person feels unappreciated, and the other person is thinking, I'm doing all this. What do you mean you don't feel it? Right? But here's the thing. It's not about what you're doing or not doing. Just like it's not about who's right or wrong. It's not about what you're doing or not doing. It's about how you're seeing each other. When you think your reality is the same as theirs, that's where the disconnect happens. And let's be honest, that's where most fights start. Because we start making assumptions. Because we assume they should see things. We assume that they should see things the way we do. When they clearly don't. Clearly, they don't. That's why y'all arguing in the first place, nigga. And that's why in relationships, we feel like we're talking past each other instead of talking to each other sometimes. I know you guys have probably heard the term love language. Let me put y'all on to a different type of language. Not just love language. This language is called emotional language. Yeah. Because you don't speak different languages in a relationship, right? You just live in different emotional realities. It doesn't make the other person more emotional than they should be, or the other person less emotional than they should be, or one person more masculine than they should be, or another person more, less feminine than they should be, or whatever the fuck. You just live in different emotional realities. That other bullshit is just bullshit, really. And to be honest, living in different emotional realities is bigger than having a language barrier. Like if your partner spoke Spanish right now, you could pull out your phone and Google would tell you exactly what they're saying. There really wouldn't be that much of a barrier as long as you had your phone or some type of interpretation. But having an emotional, different emotional realities, that's way, way worse and way, way bigger than a language barrier. Because, okay, the way we express love, how we need love, and how we deal with conflict is all filtered through our past. Our nervous system, our childhood, our belief systems, all that shit. And yeah, I could teach you all the communication tricks in the book, right? We could talk about communication all fucking day, right? But true, being actually in tune with your partner comes when you understand how your partner's nervous system works. And I keep saying the word nervous system, so let me break that down. What triggers them? What makes them reactive? And what love feels like to them in their own body. And if you're not trying to learn these things about your partner, you don't give a fuck about your partner. Now, this is the part where shit gets interesting. This is the part where shit gets interesting. You're not just gonna figure this shit out by talking to your homegirls. You're not just gonna figure this shit out by, talking about your problems to your single fucking family members. You're not gonna figure this shit out by reading some fucking self-help book about relationships. No. You don't guess your way into a fucking relationship understanding this deep. You don't guess into that shit. You gotta ask questions. Okay? But as much as you gotta ask questions, you have to be open. And as much as you have to be open, you have to feel what they're feeling. And in order to feel what they're feeling, you have to be willing to feel what they're feeling. Some people are not willing to feel what their partner is feeling, or even attempt to feel what their partner is feeling. True intimacy, true romance, true intimacy doesn't come from fucking guessing. It comes from genuine curiosity. Like, who are you? I'm in love with you now. Now I want to know why you are the way you are. Why this moves you. Why that moves you. What makes you cry? What makes you laugh? What pisses you the fuck off? Genuine curiosity in your partner. Now, I'm gonna hit y'all with some more truth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just hit y'all with some more truth. Real intimacy doesn't come from trying to make your partner understand you. Let me repeat that. Real intimacy does not come from trying to make your partner understand you. It comes from learning how to understand them. And that's where a lot of people fuck up. That's why you see a lot of these divorces happening nowadays, besides a bunch of other fucked up reasons. People don't understand real intimacy. That's why you see a lot of baby mamas, a lot of baby daddies these days. Yes, nigga, I'm guilty. Okay? Yes, very guilty. Yeah. Real intimacy does not come from trying to make your partner understand you. It comes from learning how to understand them, how they experience the world, what makes them feel safe, what triggers their old wounds, and how they handle their emotions when things get tough. If you can understand why your partner is the way they are instead of judging them for being the way they are, you actually love your partner. You're actually willing to put in the work that you say you're willing to put in the work. You're actually doing what you say. You're actually about what you say you're about. You know, but judging your partner for being a certain way, or criticizing them, or calling them names, or whatever, because they are a certain way, instead of actually trying to understand why they are that way, is gonna make your relationship so fucking awkward and uncomfortable and unhappy. But Trying to understand your partner on a deeper level can also be uncomfortable at times, especially during conflict. When you're feeling shit, when you're heated, and you might even be feeling understood, or I'm sorry, misunderstood. It can get very uncomfortable. Trying to take a moment to separate yourself from the situation while also trying to understand where your partner is coming from. That takes real maturity, real bravery, and real patience. But it also takes curiosity. The want to know your partner on a deeper level. The want to feel connected to your partner on a deeper level. You have to want that. You can't just say you want it. But here's the thing. In those moments when you're not just, going back and forth like two fucking chihuahuas, but in those moments when you're not just reacting to each other's words, but really digging into what's happening right now on a deeper level, that's when you get to choose. You give each one of you a choice. You get to choose that this conflict won't break you. You get to choose that you're not enemies. You're teammates trying to understand each other. And that, Cloudy Gang, is the foundation of deeper understanding. It's the foundation of deeper connection. And I know certain things will teach you that conflict is bad. Conflict can be bad. But there's also a thing called healthy conflict. Healthy conflict. If you want to love someone deeply, if you have someone that you say I love you to every single fucking day, or every time you get off the phone, every morning you guys split and you guys go your separate ways, one goes to work, the other one goes to work, one drops off the kids, the other one goes here, yada yada yada, and you guys say I love you, right? You guys are in a real relationship. Not just this kitty play house bullshit. No, you're in a real fucking relationship. If you want to love them deeply, you've got to learn how they experience love. You've got to learn how they experience conflict. You've got to learn how they experience connection. With not just you, but other humans in general. You got to learn what makes them feel safe. And you also got to learn their triggers. But not only their triggers, but you also need to learn what keeps them from being triggered. And when they're triggered, what calms them and helps them to not be triggered anymore. And here's the kicker, right? This isn't just something you figure out once and forget about. You don't just say, oh, thanks for telling me that, and then keep doing the same shit. You don't just say, oh, yeah, that's what calms you down? Okay, cool. Maybe I'll think about it next time. No. This is a lifelong process of learning. Of learning your partner. Because you got to know how the nervous system reacts when they're overwhelmed, when they're anxious, when they're angry, when they're scared. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this like it's some weird fucking checklist that you check all the boxes on. No, this is a fucking conversation. This is a conversation that you have with your partner. This is about not just, well, actually, first, before it's a conversation, this is about you observing. You shutting the fuck up and watching your partner closely first. Observe first. Observe, watch. Watch who you're dealing with. Watch what triggers them. And after you get done watching for a while, then maybe you can start that ongoing conversation. That lifelong conversation. Because it's about being curious just as much as it's about being open. And not just being open, but it's also about creating a space where both of you feel safe enough to share your experiences without fucking judgment, without criticism. And without invalidation. Because at the end of the day, love isn't just about what you do. It's about how you guys see each other, man. And how you choose to meet each other in that sort of that space of understanding. How do you guys meet in the middle? How do you guys compromise? Because in your world, compromising may be a completely different thing than your partner's world of compromising. What compromising is, and their definition of compromising may be completely fucking different. And that's when you meet each other in the space of understanding. Do you see that? Yin yang. Two halves make a whole. And then you bring it together, and now you have unity, and you pray on it. Boom! And then it explodes into something beautiful. Alright, so to wrap this shit up like a goddamn burrito, let me leave you with this. Yeah, let me leave you with this. True intimacy. True intimacy. Real, genuine, true intimacy. Begins the moment you stop trying to make someone understand you and you start learning how to understand them. Because an intimate relationship is not, and people hear the word intimacy and they think about sex. Like, God, you're a fucking dumbass if that's what you think about when you hear the word intimacy. You're a fucking idiot. Some people, they hear the word romanticism or romance and they think about flowers and dinner. You're a fucking idiot. It's not about that. It's about listening to your partner's wants and needs and saying, you know what, I could provide that for you. I could do that for you right now. I might not even be into this like that. Like you want this, you want to do this year, this summer, whatever the fucking case may be, I'm going to get that done for you. That is a form of intimacy. That is a form of romance, but it goes so much deeper than that. So much deeper than that. An intimate relationship is not about trying to impose your reality onto someone else or your wants onto someone else. Or this is how I see things, so you have to see it this way. No, that's not an intimate relationship. Or you have to, you know, first of all, if you're making your partner change their hobbies, that's a little bit different. Okay. You're probably going away from that. Which I hope not. I hope not. But an intimate relationship is not about hoping that they'll see things your way. It's about being close enough to see, feel, hear, and understand each other. And then meeting each other there. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want a deeper connection, if you want real love, if you want lasting intimacy, I'm talking about the type of intimacy that our grandparents and great grandparents had where they've been together 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Take the time out of your fucking life, out of your fucking day, to just simply try and understand your partner's reality in every aspect. It's not about, and this isn't about, being perfect or never fighting or some shit, because that's not fucking realistic, first of all. But it's about learning how to grow together, especially when shit gets tough. When shit gets tough, that's when you don't throw in the towel or you just bite each other's fucking cocks off. Well, hopefully there's not two cocks in the relationship. But if there is, hey, do your thing. That's what's up. No judgment here. Okay. If there is, and I should have said hopefully there isn't, because hey, if that's what you're into, by all means, do your thing. Whatever floats your boat. Don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I honestly do not give a fuck what your sexual preference is. Just be a good person. Just don't be a piece of shit. And I don't give a fuck. But whether there's two cocks or two vaginas or one cock and one vagina, regardless, okay. See, back on fucking track here. It's about learning how to grow together, even when shit gets tough. Okay, let's just leave it at that. When shit gets tough, you don't just run, tear each other's fucking heads off. No, that's when you collaborate, you unify. You try to deeply, all these fucks, they talk about this shit and they say like, oh, this is when you do that, this is when you do that, but they don't go into detail of what to do. What to do is you have an out of body moment. That's what you do. You turn into a fucking superhero and you have an out of body moment and you say, damn, let me try to look at this shit. You pause everything. You jump into your partner's body, mind, body, soul, heart, whatever. You jump into your partner. And you say, damn. So this is how they see this shit. Damn. So this is why they react in this way. And sometimes it takes a little bit more than just a conversation. Sometimes it takes soul. And you have to have soul in order to feel soul. So with that being said, I'm more than positive that after watching the stream, You got this shit. Okay? I'm sure you'll figure it out. Y'all will figure it out. But in the meantime, do me a favor. And not only, don't just do it for me, but do it for yourself. Love deeper. Love smarter. And love with understanding. My name is Cloudy Wingz. That's CLOUDYWINGZ. Go ahead and type that into Google for me. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.